to the channel today. This is Music City Trader here on Fascinating World of Binary Options and Music City Traders channel. I'm going to go live on all platforms today. If you want to chat with me, go ahead. I'm going to be talking about today's day 40. It looks like I've cleared day 40, and that's just what it is. Let's see here. That's not the chart I want. I want the Music City Climb Journal, and I want to go down here to day number 40. It looks like we're at 1060, and if I look at this chart here, we're going to go over the wins that I did today. I had some good wins. It was better. Last week I felt a little off. This week I feel a lot better. And so I'm going to go over the wins and show you a couple of them. And I'm finishing my book. It's getting better and better. It looks like it's going to get really good here. So anyway, I'm going to get right into the charts. Let's do it. Before I do that, though, like the channel, subscribe to the channels so you don't miss anything and you can see what we're doing. I'm hoping that the journey that I'm on right now will inspire you to win in binary options, also give you the tools through what we're doing. Just watch what happened today, and maybe it'll give you an edge, because that's what you need. You need an edge in binary options so you don't lose. All right, let's get into it. All right, we are right into diving into this. Today I was making about, let's see, $6.10 was my first starting trade, and this is December 12th. It was day number 40 that we cleared. It looked like a profit of around $30. Okay, so when I started this out, my complete trading balance was at $350. And now we're sitting here on a nice little, let's get into the real account so you can see the actual thing. But today, this past weekend, I broke 1,000. Now we're at 1,060 today after our session. You know what? I'm pretty excited. I forgot to do the I broke 1,000 session video. I forgot to do it. And I don't know, maybe I should have done it. I didn't do it. It's kind of strange. I do these podcasts. Every time I do these podcasts, I can hear my family and my son just be screaming and doing all kinds of stuff. I don't know. I guess they never know. They never know what I'm doing or when I'm going on live. But let's check this out. So here, I'm just going to get into it. I'm going to ignore the little background noise that I hear from them. It's very hard for me to ignore it. But starting at 10:31 this morning, and my first trade was a win. Last week I did pretty good. I made some new rules, and let's see what was I going to do with this GBP odd Euro Chef. I think I got off that chart and I thought, let's see, what did I do? I'm going to keep looking. Let's see what I did. I took a call on this. That's interesting. Yeah. Okay. So it starts coming up out of here. It came down. It bounced off this line. This is a pretty strong line. You can kind of see it. Boom, 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 boom. It goes underneath, and I guess right here it could go either way. You know, this is GBP odd. So let's make sure that's the one I'm still on. Yep, GBP odd. And what it did is it bounced back down to that. That makes sense. It bounced back to this, and that's probably when I took my call. And then let's see. It made it happen. I was kind of looking at this long thing, and it was a 2-minute call, and I was right. So on that one, I really wish I would have got a better position. I really should have got here, but I got this. This is yeah, I should have got a better position. Either way, that was fine. It was a good win. It was a good first Monday win. And then we're going to stay on GBP odd, and I believe this will be a loss. I think I thought, you know, it was going to go up still. I should have known that this was not going to go up, but you know, whatever. So I thought it was going to go up. This is a pretty heavy line. So I thought, well, it's already broke above it. It looked like the indicators, everything I'm thinking is going up, and it almost did. It looked, a couple of my wins, they were very, very tiny little losses. That one was not that tiny. That was pretty big. I should have waited for it to get back down. So then let's see. The next one was a 3-minute off the floor. So did I take a 3-minute off here? I probably did. I probably took a 3-minute. Yep, I took a 3-minute off this floor. That's a good position. Okay. So this is a second trade, and that's okay. I can take 2 trades on a chart. So that's my rule. I took a 2-minute off the floor, and you know, it went up there. Look, it was up there. it got up off the floor, and it just didn't. I don't think it won because of my notes here. Let's see here. Yeah, it just barely lost. See, look at that. Let's let that play out, because that's what this today. I had a couple of these. It's like, man, it just barely lost. It was in the money, out of the money, and then I just in the money. It's like just 3 seconds, 2 seconds. It was just back and forth. Such a tiny little loss. Still a loss. And then look at that. As soon as it, that's frustrating. That's frustrating. But this is actually a good lesson on position, because had I got my position right, I would have won that trade. I really feel like I should have got my position right just a little bit more down here based on the bottom of this. It does matter. Look at that. If it's going to return to the line, see how my line's just a little bit above? And you're talking about, it's just barely, it goes down. I lost it right here. Had I got my trade right here on this line, a little bit lower, it would have won. So when I'm microscoped in, it's hard. You just really do need to draw lines. I need to draw lines. And if I'm going to enter that, I was probably thinking a longer term. I was thinking it's going up here. I never thought, it's going to retrace and get back to here. But to be safe, if I want to get a retrace trade, try to find that this is a pretty strong line right here coming through here. And I entered above it, by a fingernail up here. And I lost by a literal fingernail and a second. I lost by a second and a fingernail. So let's watch the loss one more time. Had I just taken this line and taken the time to draw the line and got in, I would have won. It hit that line pretty steadily. Now that I'm looking at this, see, it loses just by a hair, and then boom, goes straight up. It literally lost by a second and then just shot straight up. I mean, it's hard to watch that over and over again. Even though the session was fine, it's still hard to watch those. But when you zoom in and microscope your losses like this, you can kind of see that if I would have just been a little more patient and put that line where I knew it was going to be and waited and got on that line, I think it's going above that line. So so right here, I'm drawing the line here. I switch charts. I'm on odd CHF now. I drew this line here in the 3 minute, and I'm looking at the 3 minute, and this is 2 minute off a major ceiling. Okay, so this is actually my favorite trade of the day. I was thinking this is a ceiling. I was thinking right up here is a ceiling, and you can see it way back here. I zoom back in. It hit here, hit here, hit here, hit here, goes back, tries to come back up. This is in the 1 minute. When I show you what it looks like in the 3 minute here in a minute, so I'm thinking it's going to hit that line. And I thought to myself, maybe it already did hit the line. Maybe it's going to retract now. I'm glad I didn't, though. I'm glad I waited, because this is, again, it's importance of having a line, understanding where that line is, and knowing where it is. So right here, it reaches up, hits that line. I go 2 minutes, put, and that was like the perfect position. Now look at it in 3 minutes, because that line is very significant. It's not just significant in this point here, but it's very significant. It came down and it hit there. Look how significant that line is. It comes down here, hits this line, goes up, hits the line, breaks the line, comes back up, tries to get up to the line, then it gets up to the line. Now right here, I could have thought in 3 minutes that this is going to go all the way up. If I look at this, it kind of looks like a double cross in the direction of up, but the RSI is kind of bouncing. This was one of my favorite trades. So let's just keep watching this trade a little bit. This was one of those trades that in the 5 minute, you can see it hit there, it broke, it hit, and this can go either way. This is still 50-50. You're still at a 50-50 chance here, really. This could have broke, but I had a feeling that it was going to bounce, and I think that I got that mostly from the RSI in the 1 minute and the massive line. So when we traded RSI bounces, and we would look and see if the RSI was going to touch right at a support or resistance line. And if it did that, then we could kind of deduce that it's going to bounce. And it can do two things. It can go straight through, or it can bounce. Now I'm looking at this trade thinking, wow, what a bunch of up pressure this trade could end bad. And I'm halfway through, and I'm going to keep going. Let's see where it went. It ended up just tanking, you know, and this is what it looked like in a 5 second. Just went up, and just went tanked, you know. So this was a big win, and all off of that support line. I mean, I saw it coming up, but I saw that support line. So we got that win, and then this was risky. I got in a bit late on this next trade because I thought, okay, it's going down. It's surely going down. And I thought there was a double cross in the 1 minute. You can see the double cross in the 1 minute right here. This is a perfect double cross. I'm just writing about double crosses in my book. This is a double cross, perfect double cross, basically. Crossed here, crossed here. It's got a little bit of room. It's kind of, I was nervous about this one because it's a big candle, you know. But then when I looked at the 3 minute, I also noticed the 3 minute was double crossing. And I usually would not do this. I wouldn't usually go, oh, 3 minutes double crossing, 1 minute's double crossing. I'm usually trading one or the other. But in this sense, I've been doing a lot of multi-time frame analysis. So I was like, okay, it's pulling back, but it's pulling back to this level here. It's also pointing down in the 3 minute double cross. I just went ahead and took the trade. And it was later than a normal double cross would be, but it was a 1 minute trade. And it pulled out right. It really worked out just fine. Well, right there, it looked like it could have pulled back for sure. And that's the problem you get with this big red candle, this big, you really could have just turned around and went back up. But it had a little room to grow. That's the hardest part to think of. It had a little room right here. When I take my time frame off there, you can see it has a little room to grow right here. So I took my trade right here in this kind of mess of middle. And I'm looking at this line down here as being the real line it wants to go to. And it's crossed towards that line. So that's what I mean when I say it had room to grow. And the 5 second, okay, so that was a win. Now I take another trade, and I took it at the floor, and I lost it. So let's see right here. This is the same chart. It comes down, hits the floor, and this is where I lose a couple trades. I think this is a really good looking trade. So I took a 2 minute. It looked like my position was fairly good, maybe a little bit. I got in a little bit early, but it's and when you look at the 1 minute, when I look at the 1 minute candle, it's like either way. I think this is still strong down, but because it's been bouncing in this corridor, I thought this is pretty likely to go down. But here's one thing I do think. When you get a corridor that is sort of, it's going up, it's going up, it's going down, it's going up, and then it pushes way up, like it gets some up pressure, but then all of a sudden it gets down pressure. This is usually where you'll see a breakout, or like where I would see it. So if it was more steady, up, down, up, down, up, down, but it's sort of like up, then it's a little up, then it's like, then it's down, then it shoots way up, and then it bounces hard down. I think it's kind of like, you know, it just bounces, and it's going to bounce a little harder. It's going to bounce further than you think it's going to, probably. And so I lose this trade, maybe decently. Yeah, I lose this trade decently. Let's watch this play out. We got 5 seconds here. This was like a 2 minute trade, I think, but I wasn't like completely off, but I don't think I obviously lost the trade. So let's see if I would have gotten a little bit lower position had I would have won 18 seconds here. What if I would have gotten just a slightly lower position? Like if I would have waited for my line again. It's on the line now. It's above the line. It's looking pretty good right there. I'm winning. Oh, nope. 5, and then nope. I would have lost either way. I would have had to gotten a much lower position. Okay, so I think this is a 1 minute engulfing candle. This tricked me because then I thought, well, this is going to turn around. And I'm looking at the 1 minute. I'm thinking, this is engulfing. This candle is going to engulf. And if I was smart, I would have taken a call right here, but I didn't know. So I see this engulfing pressure, and I'm like, okay, that candle's about over. It's engulfing. I went ahead and got in on it because I thought what was going to happen was that was just going to boom. But obviously, it's just at the top of a consolidation in this this trade loses. But this is why an engulfing candle doesn't always work. This is one of Todd's strategies. He would use this, and we would have both entered that one. I think it was almost textbook. In fact, what I did on this candle that kind of broke the textbook on double cross is I didn't wait till the candle closed. The candle got up there, it was pushing, it was like it was going to double cross. When I look at it in 5 seconds, I can see that my channel is really right here. So it kind of fooled me. It goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down. It's gonna do that right here before it decides what it's gonna do. So when I took the engulfing, if I would have been looking at 5 seconds, I probably wouldn't have taken that because it doesn't look like it's gonna turn around there. Let's just look at the 5 second and see. It's at the bottom of its consolidation now. The RSI is what I was waiting for. This whole time I was waiting for the RSI to go through. I was just really wanting the RSI to go through. So it's going to push me into a third trade. And I'm drawing in a new floor. This new floor is something I've been waiting for this chart to break down for a long time. See, I've been waiting for it to break down. And at first I called it up off the floor, and then as it started going down, I was like, okay, it's going to go down. And I'm getting leery of this chart now, thinking I've lost 2 trades on this chart, and I might have went ahead and got off this chart. But I do think that it's setting up a pretty decent downtrend, and I'm still waiting for the RSI to break. So I'm pretty sure I stayed on odd CHF, and I do some more analysis. Pretty soon I look at the 5 minute, and I see what happens for the first time that I've ever done this. I see a double cross in the 5 minute. It's at this floor. This black line is now my floor, okay? And the black line it's been setting up and wanting to break through the black line for a long time, okay? Even in 3 minutes, it's kind of heading down. The 1 minute is so close to breaking RSI. I really think I'm getting the legit feel that this is going down. The black line is based on previous support and resistance in the back behind there. I can't see it right now, but if I scrolled back, I would see this black line is set up at the bottom there. And let's see if we can see it. So what happened is when I entered this trade, I saw double cross in the 5 minute setting up right here. It's on the black line. Most of the time you would think you're going to bounce off that, but hasn't bounced off of it yet. The 5 minute RSI and MACD are completely heading downward. They're about to double cross, and it's at the line. And I'm feeling the pressure on this one. Okay. I also looked at the 3 minute, and the RSI was already double crossed here, heading down. 3 minute. The 1 minute looks like it's going to break the RSI, and so when it reached back up on a little bit of a pullback, I went ahead and thought, yeah, it's going to break this. This was based on the 5 minute, totally based on the 5 minute double cross. What I'm waiting for right now, this candle is about to end. This is a pre-double cross. So it's not double crossed yet, but it's almost. See, that's almost double crossed. Now when it ends, watch the alligator mouth open right here. Okay, so the alligator mouth opened, and that's what I was waiting for. 10 seconds in. So I'm waiting. It's coming together. I'm thinking this is going to break. Now I'm waiting till the open of the candle. I got a 2 minute trade. As soon as the double cross happens, that MACD, it opens up the MACD. I take my trade for 2 minutes. It's only less than half of a 5 minute candle. And then immediately this thing starts to tank. So this was a good trade. I'm happy about this one. This was the best trade we have today. Actually, there were 2 really good trades today that I liked. But this is a double cross happening right here, and this plays out for 1 minute and 30 seconds all the way down. It keeps playing out, and it wants to retrace a little bit, but it's not gonna. There's no way it's going back up there, So it keeps going. And then I placed one more trade. Let's see. Oh, I keep going. This was a 1 minute trade. It was a double cross. It was basically a trend surf. I thought, okay, it's just a pullback. It's going to go. This one was just a loss by the hair. This just barely lost by the hair again. I'd say I have a couple hairy losses today. 7 seconds. I mean, this just didn't want to get down. I should have just waited a little bit. I should have got a little higher position. And if I would have, then I would have won, because then it goes, let's see where it goes now. I reset my trade. And we're going to go in for a 3-minute pullback to what looks like a downtrend. This is going to be a 3-minute pullback. Am I going to pull? Yeah. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait. I still think I'm in a downtrend. This was again risky, but I get back to the ceiling here based on the ceiling that was set up before in the 1 minute right here, the bottom of that candle. See, that's the ceiling right there. Hit the floor, became the ceiling. And this pullback candle wins even bigger. So this chart is heading down. You can scrub this all the way in, and then you can see that I was right there. It just kept setting up levels as it was going down. It just kept kind of reaching and touching ceilings and floors, and that's how we trade today. Those are big wins, good big wins. Not as they were better than they were last week. So I'm going to give us a good winning thing here. Here we go. Let's have a winning dance. All right, and then I'm ready to take on my trades for the next session. I'm ready to get all the way down. If you want my trading sheets, if you want the courses, right now we have some free courses at musiccitytrader.com. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, like this channel. Everything we're doing here is just trying to be real, show real life trades. These are real life trades. These are real life accounts. We're not padding these up or faking them out. We're actually going through one by one, day by day. This is my trading life that I'm trying to work out to become a full-time trader. I'm getting really close. So all I got to do is just keep doing what I'm doing and just wait. It's a waiting game now, just a little bit at a time every day. And over the next couple months here, it looks like once we get down to, I'm at day 30, I'm at day 40 now, which is really kind of exciting, actually. I'm at day 40. Let's get to day 60. Won't be quite my income that I want. It's only $53 a day, but that's still not bad. You get up to day 90 is where I really want to be. Like, that's 130 a day. Now we're starting to talk about some income, but my goal is to get to level 150. So I'm just going to keep climbing in this chart. And then you get up to $768 a day, or $15,000 a month for 5 days a week. So it's $768 a day, which is probably about where I would be comfortable without freaking out. I mean, I gotta keep trading good, keep trading, making good trades, making good solid trades every day. That's the biggest point. All right, I'll see you guys on the next episode. Make sure you grab the like button, the subscribe button. See you next time.